Well, g'day everybody and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator for yet another flight. We are in Australia again. This time we are sort of in my area in South Australia, and we're going to do a little bit of a sightseeing hop from Goolwa Airport down across to Kangaroo Island and Kingscote Airport, which is where we're going to land. Whether we are on the probably on the brink of being able to fly wind-wise and stuff, but we should be okay. So we will head over there. We have real-world weather and real-world traffic set up. Still not really seeing any traffic though, strangely enough. It may be in my settings, and I thought that we would just check those settings while we are here. So if we go into general settings and we go into traffic, I think that the real-time online, show traffic, no, traffic density, okay, so the traffic density is set to 0. I wanted to bring the airport vehicle density down a little bit, and probably the worker density. What do we need to do here? Can we, no, can we change this density here? We have to swap it over to there. So let's maybe set the density up at 70 and maybe 70 for that as well, and hopefully that holds it. We will go back to real time, and that density is set there. So let's apply and save that, and go back and resume, and now we should start seeing some, hopefully start seeing some other traffic around. So what I am going to do is I am going to let's go back up here, and we shall get out of the drone camera, and we shall go back into the cockpit. Actually, we'll go to external, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do the pushback here. I'm going to sort of hold off on the pushback because we've got enough room to turn around there anyway, and we have been having problems with that. So what we shall do though is we shall do all of our checks. We'll make sure that our park brake is on. Park brake is on. There you go. We shall check here and make sure that our fuel valve is in closed position. We are on both for that. So, yep, on both, which is fine. We're happy with that. Let's trim ourselves for takeoff while we're down here. I think we shall trim for takeoff, which is about there. Let's see, let's turn that off. Let's come in here, and we shall put on the master battery, put on the master alternator, flick our beacon on, and at this particular point in time we will be sticking our head out and screaming out clear prop so that everybody knows that we are about to start. So let's just pretend we did that, and let's fire this up. There we go. Beautiful. All right, lovely. We shall put our navigation lights on. We're not going to sort of mess around here. We are going to get right into it now, and as you can see, we are sort of heading south, southwest or west southwest, I would say, to our destination. So we'll keep our eye on this while we're flying. We'll probably fly manually here, I think. As you can see, some beautiful farmland out there. It is looking absolutely awesome. I am loving it so much. Okay, we did some online flying last night. Our online flying was absolutely fantastic. We spent 4 hours online doing some different flights and stuff with the community, and everybody had a really good time. I'm just going to crank that throttle just a little bit and bring those revs up to around about 1300. 1250 will do. We'll just let this little beast warm up for a sec. Flying the Cessna 172 this time, as opposed to our previous episode where we were flying the 152. This is fitted out with G1000s, which the new Cessna 172s these days are all fitted with the G1000 systems in. You got your primary flight display and your navigational display here. You can sorry about that. So you operate your autopilot and stuff. This has a basic autopilot in it, in which you can operate from here. It also has navigation capabilities and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I do find that because I'm not completely used to them at the moment, that you do tend to fluff around a little bit on that. So again, all settings are set to hard except for I have automatic mixture control on, so just to sort of make it easier until I have my mixture levers and stuff set up again, which at this point I do not have. So just going to turn my headphones up a little bit. Alright, so we will throw on our strobe, throw on our taxi light, and we shall contact traffic. So tune to Goolwa traffic. There we go, and we will announce taxi.
Yankee Golf Whiskey Alpha traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is taxiing to runway 19er.
Okay, taking off from 19er, we basically, which is through here, we will basically have ourselves a bit of a crosswind from here, which should be okay. The wind at the moment is coming from 248 degrees, so we should be okay on 19er, which is fine. If we just check our navigation map here and we zoom into the airport, if we can, there you go. We need to come out here and we need to go down to here, and we will be taking off. I think 19 is in that direction there, so yes it is. So that is where we are headed. Let's get this show underway. So we will take our park brake off, give it a little bit of oomph, and we will spin around here. So yeah, no point in doing the pushback there. No point at all. There's some nice buildings here. There's a few general aviation aircraft sitting here. It's I think on a lot of people running kit planes and stuff like that tend to fly out of here. Out of Goolwa. It is it's not a super busy general aviation airport, but it definitely is, and I think that they might do parachute services out of this as well. So there's our fueling station, should we so desire, but we are okay on fuel for this one. So as you can see, we're sitting at approximately sort of half a tank. As you can see there, so 50%, so that's okay. Let's move out here, and 19 is we are almost at the hold short point for 19, so we'll stop here. There we go, and let's throw on our park brake for a sec. Let's contact traffic again and let them know that we are departing. Well, we're pretty well departing west, so we will announce a west departure.
Golf Whiskey Alpha traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha taking off runway 19er departure to the west.
All right, I haven't heard any other traffic on the radio at the moment, so I can't see anything coming in. We will put our landing lights on, turn our taxi light off. We might put the fuel pump on for takeoff. We don't need a pitot heat because it's not actually warm enough. So let's roll out here. We'll give ourselves one stage of flaps, bring ourselves out onto the runway, line ourselves up, and we won't do a rolling start today. We'll do a start from completely stopped. Just give ourselves a little bit of an opportunity. It is a fairly long runway. We will just give ourselves a little bit of opportunity to bring the revs up on the engine a little bit. Okay, here we go. So we are ready to go. We will take off, and then we will do a right turn once we hit probably 1,000 feet. So let those engines roll. We will set our altimeter, which we didn't do, and we shall start rolling. There we go. Okay, and and our airspeed is active. I do love these undulating runways that they have in them now, because this is what the runways are actually like. So up we go. There we go. So let's maintain this runway heading, trim ourselves to climb out at probably around about 80 knots. Got a positive climb there. We will bring our flaps up. Just reduce our throttle just ever so slightly. Just a tiny bit, and we will try and stabilize the aircraft at this climb, which is about 80 knots. Alright, now we are up. We can turn our fuel pump off. Oh, not our pitot. Turn our fuel pump off. Turn our landing light off, which I think we would normally do a little bit higher than this, but we'll be okay now. So we're currently climbing out at, we're pretty well keeping the runway heading. Almost anyway. It's about 190 or 189 degrees or something. So I've got a nice stable climb. Everything's in the green. The fuel flow is a little bit higher than normal because we are climbing. Our vacuum's okay, our oil temperature's okay, and the exhaust gas temperature is okay as well. We are at 1000, so we will now turn around and we shall go down the coast and intercept past Victor Harbour there, and we will intercept our radial. We don't really necessarily need to intercept that. We can actually probably climb out at this and probably fly out in this direction, because we are going over an airstrip on Kangaroo Island before we head into Kingscote. So we may even do a little bit of a circuit of Kangaroo Island as well. So Kangaroo Island is a pretty big tourist destination in South Australia. It also has a big agricultural industry as well. In the recent bushfires that we had, Kangaroo Island was unfortunately hit very, very hard, and I think almost 2/3 of the island actually burnt up in those fires. So it was burnt to the ground. So they are still rebuilding with the COVID and all that type of stuff. It's been really hard for them to rebuild, in the sense that you know, the tourism and stuff like that has sort of fallen in a bit of a hole. So what we might do is level ourselves out here. We'll keep our eye on our speed and on our vertical speed, and we shall fly over here. Alright, it is absolutely beautiful out here. Again, you know, quite a strong wind coming from about 248 degrees or 253 degrees, my apologies, around this area. It's at about 248 degrees when we get over to Kangaroo Island itself. So let's just messing with the trim on the aircraft, trying to stabilize it. We're doing sort of a constant trim here. We want to sit at about 1500 feet. So alright, maybe we can head out and have a look out here. There we go. So it's sitting relatively stable here. We're kind of going up and down a little bit, but we're going between sort of between 1,490 and 1,500 feet, so that's not too bad at all. That's not too bad at all. Alright, we are doing well. It's you know, a bit cloudy today, a little bit misty out there. but that is okay. Now this here is Victor Harbour. This island that we were flying over, but it doesn't show it. It actually has a bridge running out across here, and that bridge has a tram that's towed by draft horses. It's kind of a touristy thing. It doesn't sort of display it in there, but definitely quite a holiday destination for a lot of people. Even a lot of people from Adelaide and stuff do tend to head down there as well. So we will be heading over an airstrip called Penneshaw when we get over to Kangaroo Island. Penneshaw is the area where the ferry lands and arrives. It is a car ferry, so it does take cars over and stuff. And that is where the ferry arrives onto Kangaroo Island at Penneshaw. And that is where we are headed. It's doing alright, everything is looking good. We're sitting at 1,500 feet. The aircraft is trimmed relatively well. I'm a little bit disappointed with the scenery around here. There's kind of a lot more trees and stuff around here. So overall, the generated scenery especially at this time of the year, this area would be as green as anything. So the generated scenery in Australia is probably not anywhere near as good as the generated scenery in the rest of the world. But it's always been like that, you know. I'm not sure whether the satellite images are updated enough and stuff. It looked absolutely fantastic when we were out in the Red Centre and we were flying around Uluru, but around this area, this is usually covered in, like, completely covered in green. So, and at this time of the year, all of these fields and all of these hills will be green. So it always tends to display a little bit drier than what it is during the winter months, and during the summer months it would turn sort of a lot more brown. But at this point, it's in the year over here, then it would be completely and utterly green and lush. So. Alright, just to give you a bit of an idea on what we are doing navigation-wise or flight-wise, you can see here that we are flying from Goolwa across the peninsula here and across to Penneshaw, which is here, where we'll make a right turn and come into Kingscote. This is Kangaroo Island there, as you can see. Adelaide Airport, Adelaide International Airport is sitting up here, so gives you a little bit of an idea on where we are going. Let's just put that on tracking and close that in like that. Alright, lovely. Everything is going well. So what I will do is I will give you a bit of a buzz when we are leaving the mainland and starting to head across the water to Kangaroo Island. So I will see you then, guys. Okay, everybody. So we are online and on track for our destination, which is overflying Penneshaw. Now, just to the right here, this body of land just to our right here is Cape Jarvis. Cape Jarvis is where the ferries run across to Penneshaw for Kangaroo Island, the car ferries. They run a couple of car ferries across there, and they're run regularly through the day. I'm not sure what they do at the moment in regards to the COVID and all that type of stuff, but it's about 16 kilometres from where the ferries depart on Cape Jarvis to get across to Kangaroo Island. It takes about 45 minutes for the ferry to get there. I went across to film when I was filming for a company for a travel show, and we went across on the ferry, took a four-wheel drive across with all of our film gear and stuff, and I've got to say it was actually I've probably lost a bit of altitude there. It was actually a pretty rough trip across here. It does get pretty rough across here, so What we'll do is when we come past the coast a bit, we should be able to see some docks over there. We should be able to see the docks over there. They're over here somewhere, and they head straight across to Penashore over there. That's Kangaroo Island there, that you can see over there. We are straying from our path a little bit while I'm looking around, but yeah, quite an interesting trip, but very when I went across it was very, very rough. I'm not sure what it's like most of the time, but and it was actually during summer that we went across as well, so for that filming, so quite interesting. But there you go. I can't see the docks or anything, so I'm not overly sure whether or not they're modelled in here. Alright, so we will we'll head back into the cockpit, and we will do a left turn now and get ourselves back on track for Penashore. We have lost a little bit of altitude there. We've lost about 100 feet, so I might bring her up a little bit more as we turn around here. There we go. Lovely. Definitely plenty of room below those clouds, considering that we are actually flying VFR, so I will try and trim us up a little bit to try and maintain 1500 feet, and I will see you when we're over at Kangaroo Island, and we're sort of crossing the foreshore there at Penashore, so I'll see you then. Alright guys, we are we are across the coast, and we are now flying over Kangaroo Island. We have hit a little bit of turbulence coming across onto the island. You get those warm updrafts and stuff like that from the land from after going from flying over the cold ocean where it's relatively smooth. Then yeah, we sort of we suffer a little bit of that turbulence when we come out over the land, a little bit of bumpiness there, so I have reduced our altitude a little bit just so that we can have a good look around, which is pretty cool. Definitely quite a few more trees as well on Kangaroo Island, so it is lacking a little bit of that. And I have the same settings on here as what I have for the other stuff that I have been flying as well. So including the stuff that we were flying last night, and we were flying over Papua New Guinea last night, and it was just it was all tree. It was all tree. Seriously. So that's Penashore Airfield just out there. I don't know whether we can see it. Just in that area right there, I think it is. Right there is Penashore Airfield. I'm pretty sure that's it there. So now we will continue, and we will do a right turn in a sec and head across to Kingscote. I would have liked to have seen the ferries moving across the water and stuff, but unfortunately they do not exist on it, so which is a little bit of a shame. Still haven't seen any other AI aircraft either, or real life aircraft, real life AI aircraft. So I might have to fiddle with those a little bit more too, just to see how we go. See if we can get it set up properly. Alright. It's a nice little tree area. We went into Penashore from, we were staying over the back of the island over there. We went into Penashore for dinner one night at a restaurant that we were reviewing for the travel program that we were doing, and and I drove back with the film crew and the producer in the car. I was the one that drove back, and driving back at night, the roads on Kangaroo Island are absolutely full of wildlife and stuff, and there's just roadkill absolutely everywhere. You've got to take your time because there's just stuff everywhere, and it's absolutely pitch black out there. It's not affected by any major lighting or anything. It's got a few towns in there and things that so no real light pollution, but yeah, quite interesting. But the dangers of driving there, I don't know how the locals who live over there, like the farmers and stuff, actually deal with it. So let's see if we can find. We are on Melbourne Centre at the moment, under their control or flying through their airspace. So we will contact Kingscote, which is where we are landing, and we will tune to their traffic. Select a runway for landing. We should be at 248 degrees, so we will land on runway 24, which is number 3, and we will announce a full stop landing and announce our position.
Yankee Kilo Sierra Charlie, traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 16 miles east, 1,500 feet inbound to land runway 24.
All right, lovely. I also set up our primary flight display to display our current wind, which is sitting at about 3 knots at the moment. That will get a little bit more nasty on the way back in. We are landing on runway 24, so I'm just going to adjust the heading bug across to 24 to give us a little bit of an indication on where we need to line ourselves up on. I'm also going to start reducing our speed and reducing our altitude a bit now as well, so to get ourselves ready. So we will drop down to probably about 1,000 feet until we get a visual on the runway. It's been a lot of years since I've landed at Kingscote in a flight simulator, so do not remember the layout of the airport, other than the fact that it has 2 runways, and I'm pretty sure that they are cross runways. They're not parallel, so let's reduce our speed. Might take a little bit more. There we go, we're at about 1,000 feet now. So we will try and level out at about 1,000 feet, let the aircraft slow itself down. We've still got quite a bit to go, so I mean not too far. If we bring up our larger navigation map, we're kind of sort of halfway there, but we'll make sure that we are sitting at the right altitude and that everything is ready to land. So alright, which we are doing well. So we've got the aircraft trimmed out. Normal ideal cruise speed on the Cessna 172 is around 124 knots. And that gives you the sort of the best economy and stuff like that. So alright, lovely. Little farmhouses dotted around out there. We've crossed Penashore. I will see you when we are getting very close to the runway, guys, to the airport. Okay, guys, so we are getting very close to Kingscote now. I don't know whether you can see it in there. That's Kingscote right there. We are going to land on 24, I think. 24 is a grass strip, I'm pretty sure, which runs through here. So we might actually do a bit of a crosswind landing down through here, I do believe so, which will be about, what is it, 180 maybe? So we will contact and let everybody know what's going on. We can't change our runway, so unfortunately. So we will announce our position.
Yankee Kilo Sierra Charlie, traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 3 miles east, 1,000 feet inbound to land runway 24.
We really don't want to land on runway 24, do we? Which will be the cross runway. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a short final on this one. There's no traffic around anyway, so let's bring the nose up a little, bleed some speed off. Bleed some speed off so that we can get one stage of flaps, which is about there. Okay, beautiful. So you can see the threshold for 2.4 there. We don't want to do that. I think we want to come in and do a little bit of a crosswind landing here. So we shall do that. All right, let's. Runway 1, that's 19, isn't it? So we're probably a little bit high here because we weren't expecting to come into this one, but we've got plenty of room here anyway, so we will bring him down a little bit, lose a little bit of altitude, and we will just glide in here like so. There we go, just keep that up there. And drop him down there. There we go, guys. So a little bit unorthodox, changing runways at the end of it, but that's okay. Alright, let's bring our flaps up. We'll take our feet off the brake there. Alright, beautiful. These lights and stuff that they put right in the middle of the runway are crazy. So there's definitely no point in landing on the cross grass strip there when we're in the sort of the position where we could actually land here. They do fly regional aircraft out here, sub 340s to be precise. So that's pretty cool, and they land on this runway. But have a look at the undulation on the runway. It's awesome. It's sort of we go over a sort of a peak here, and then she sort of dips down a little bit and then goes up again as well. So absolutely love it. It's beautiful. Just we might actually pick up a little bit more speed to roll along here, I think. Down to the end of the runway. Let's bring that out. And our parking is just over there, so it's a shame there's no buildings here. In FSX I actually put some buildings in and stuff in this and had it all set up for that. So let's go down here, take that off. Let's put our taxi lights on, and that should be okay. Alright, lovely. So we'll spin around here again. It looks like, have they got or is that area just blocked off? No, that area is just blocked off. I thought that they had taxiway lights just out in the middle of nowhere. They do, so they might have to change those algorithms a little bit at some point in time, but for now we will dodge them. It is not a problem. And out we go, so it was quite a it was a short base, but it was a long landing. So we did sort of float for a little while there. due to the speed that we were coming in as well. So I probably did need to slow the aircraft down. Probably should have gone around. You can see that there's there's some regional aircraft in here. What's that? Is that a J21, I think? And you can see a flying cigar up the front there. Oh, we better dodge these lights. I don't know whether you actually damage your aircraft if you hit them. I'm not sure. Is this guy the guy that we are waiting for? Let's just hit that. Let's go in there and announce clear of the runway. We'll close that off. Let's just have a squiz here.
Traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha is clear of the runway.
No, we'll just we will just pick a park here somewhere. Okay, beautiful. Take our park brake off. There we go. Lovely. And spin around here. Now I'm not sure, as I said, whether we will actually hit those, so we're just going to risk it. In here, we'll just spin him around there and stop right there, ready for moving around when we take off again. Okay, beautiful. Alright, so taxi lights off, nav lights off, strobe lights off, beacon that we will leave on until such time as we shut the aircraft off. We will bring the mixture control right out and starve the engine. Let the engine turn itself off there. Lovely. The prop has stopped, so we can turn our beacon off. We'll turn our avionics and our alternator and our battery off. And I probably should have switch the magneto off as well. Alright, so there you go, guys. So that is just a little flight sort of around my local area. Just sort of be a nice little flight to do. I think in the next episode of or the next flight that we do, we are probably going to head overseas somewhere, perhaps New Zealand, maybe Papua New Guinea, which is pretty awesome to fly over there, but we will see. Maybe we'll go and see another one of the wonders of the world. But if you like this episode, please hit like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It would be great to have you on board. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.